Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都还难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony Reed in the studio. Hi Tony, great to have you in the studio.
Always a pleasure to be here to learn some new words. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about something a little bit specific, but can be
boy.
very useful.
Okay.
We're talking about the kind of sickness or symptoms you might have if you are elevated into a really high place on earth.
So you're talking about
I'm talking about altitude sickness.
Okay.
So in Chinese we call it 高原反应.
高原反应
Yes, 高 means high. Yuan is actually a plateau. So 高原 is a plateau. So it's a really high place on earth.
Okay.
反应 is actually reactions. Because in the, Chinese definition, we do not really think it's a kind of sickness. Because even though you're showing symptoms, as long as you're brought back to low altitude areas, you'll be fine. And most occasions, none of these sickness or none of these symptoms are actually hurting you permanently. And also, there's nothing actually wrong with you. So in Chinese, we do not really call it.
It's all in your head, huh?
It's not in your head. You're feeling it for sure.
You're definitely feeling it in your head.
Yes,
serious
that
migraines
too.
And headaches.
But it's more like a reaction your body is having towards the high altitude.
Yeah.
That is why in Chinese we call it high altitude reaction. 高原反应.
I'll be sure to run that by you again when you're in a high altitude place, and I can be like, oh, it's all in your head. It's not happening. Your body's fine.
Well, your body is not permanently affected. I didn't say it's in your head. Anyway, this is a rather specific topic, but for a lot of Chinese people nowadays, it's something that is, concerned to them. Because we know China is a really vast country. It's a country with a lot of beautiful views in different places, beautiful scenery you can appreciate that include Tibet, Xizang. And Xizang, as well as Qinghai, that is another province, as well as a part of Sichuan province. These places are with a high altitude. So when Chinese travelers or, travelers from around the world visit these places, they might experience these high altitude sickness, 高原反应.
高原反应.
A small price to pay for the beauty you're going to cherish for the rest of your life. So 高原反应, something fun.
All right, so let's learn how to talk high altitude language.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We will be able to speak high altitudes.
If you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you'll soon see the rewards.
And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, CRI Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for a takeaway. 我刚从西藏回来，那里真是人间仙境，太美了。我也想去，需要准备什么吗？西藏海拔很高，所以有可能有高原反应。刚去的时候，不要剧烈运动。第一天不要洗澡， 预防感冒。如果觉得不舒服，一定要原地休息。
So this is a conversation you'll have for sure if you ever want to visit the Himalayas or
any other high altitude places, basically.
Yeah, sure. So let's give it a shot, huh?
Yes. 我刚从西藏回来，那里真是人间仙境，太美了。
So this is I just got back from Tibet. It's really wonderful there, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So 我刚. So is this another way of saying I just?
I just. 我刚.
And then 从西藏回来. So 西藏 is Tibet. 从回来, this is just got back, right?
Yes, got back. Actually got back from. Because after 从, you put the location that you're back from. And 回来 means to
come
return
back.
or come back. Yes.
Got it.
So if I say 我刚从家里回来, so I've just come back from home. 从家里回来. 家里 is home. And you can say 我刚从公司回来. I've just come home from, let's say, the company. So 从 someplace 回来. Come back from a place.
Okay. And then 哪里, this is normally where, right?
There.
Or there.
Yes, actually, it's not your fault because 哪里 is where. 那里 is there. Right?
Okay.
So different tone, different characters. But if you do know Chinese characters, actually, those two characters are quite alike. 哪里, so where is only 那里. The 那 character plus a 口, that is a mouth-related character component, would change to 哪. So once you are asking, so related to your mouth, asking about the place, the there turns into where.
All right, what is this, asking my mouth? I'm sorry, you lost me there.
No, because compared to there, 那, where got a mouth-related character component in the character.
So the character, there was an addition to the original character.
Yes.
And you said it looks like a mouth.
Yes, it's a mouth-related component.
Okay.
So I think it makes good sense.
Okay.
I will penetrate you with some Chinese character-related knowledge. So to a certain degree, you are learning Chinese character anyway.
Yeah, we should do a live stream and you teach me the characters.
Oh, I should. So 那里 there, 真是.
真是, this is like really, right?
Yeah, really
is. And then this next one is an expression, I think. 人间相近.
人间仙境.
人间仙境.
Perfect.
So this is like wonderful on earth, right? Or beautiful on earth.
Yeah, so 人间 is on earth or among humans in the human society. We know 人 is people or human.
Yeah.
仙 is fairy. 境 is environment or land. So it's a fairyland among humans. So 人间仙境, a wonderland on earth, a wonderful place. This is used to describe somewhere that is so beautiful. You say 真是人间仙境. It's a place that is so beautiful that you don't believe it's the earth anymore.
Heaven on earth.
Heaven on earth. 人间仙境. Well, actually, we have a Chinese expression for heaven on earth. 人间天堂. 天堂 is heaven.
Okay. Then next up we have a 太美了.
太美了.
So it's too beautiful.
So beautiful, too beautiful, amazingly beautiful. 太美了.
好.
我也想去，需要准备什么吗？
So this is, I want to go too. Do I need to prepare anything? So 我也, that means I too.
I
right?
too, I also.
想去 is want to go.
Want to go, think
Right.
about going. I want to go. I also want to go.
So I also want to go. And then 需要 is need. 准备 is prepare or ready.
Prepare.
And then 什么 is what.
What?
Right?
Yeah, so do I need to prepare anything? 需要准备什么吗？需要
什么嘛?
什么 is what?
I heard that. I thought that after we say 什么, we don't need to have a ma at the end. We can
You
just-
have to have a ma at the end.
What? Really?
Yeah, because that ma is suggesting the sentence is a question, whereas
Yeah.
什么 in itself is a word. It's what? So
你是什么? 你是我这是什么 is
这是什么
is what is it, right?
What is it? Yes.
So
Different scenarios.
Interesting.
And then we have a really long answer. So let's separate the answer into chunks of sentences so it's easier. 西藏海拔很高，所以有可能有高原反应。
This is Tibet's altitude is very high, so you may have altitude sickness, right?
Yeah.
So Xizang is Putonghua for Tibet.
Tibet.
Right?
Actually, in ancient times, Xizang was also called 吐蕃.
Tubo.
Yeah, and that is why we call it Tibet in English. 吐蕃, Tibet.
Tubo, okay.
Right, okay. Xizang is the official and proper name. Now, Xizang, Tibet.
Xizang.
海拔.
Haiba. So Haiba is altitude.
Altitude, yes. And you can also understand it as elevation. 海拔. 很高.
很高 is like really high, right?
Really high. I think the average altitude of Tibet would be around 4,000 meters. So really high.
Yeah.
所以
I think that means so, right?
So,
And then
有可能,
有可能.
yeah.
So 有, isn't that like have?
it is have.
And then 可能 is
可能.
or it's possible, right?
可能 is possibility. So, yes, it's also possible. So, 有可能 means it is possible.
And then 有 again is have.
Yeah.
And then
高原
高原
反应.
反应. So this is like some type of a reaction.
高原反应.
To high, I see the word high again. So altitude reaction.
Altitude reaction or altitude sickness. 高原反应. And then we have a long sentence altogether, but I think the long sentence is actually 3 different suggestions. 刚去的时候不要剧烈运动，第一天不要洗澡，预防感冒。如果觉得不舒服，一定要原地休息。
Okay, so the 3 suggestions are don't practice intense exercise in the first couple of days. Don't take a shower on the first day to prevent a cold. If you don't feel well, be sure to take a rest right where you are. That's a very interesting suggestion. Not sure I can honor all of it, but yeah, I mean, I heard that for myself, since I work out a lot, it would be really difficult for me the first few days.
Yeah, the first few days, we're not saying that you should avoid moving at all. It's just saying the first few days, don't exercise drastically. So, 刚去的时候不要剧烈运动。Here.
Let's try it. So, 刚去的时候, right? So, 刚 is like just. Or yeah, just. And then 去. So, 刚去 is like just go.
It is like just go, but because apparently these 2 people are having the conversation about faraway places. So they're saying once you're there. So when you are just there. So 刚去的时候, that because
when you arrive.
When you arrive, because we know 时候 is time. So it's saying during the time that you have just arrived.
Oh, so just arrived time. So the period of time when you just arrived.
Yes.
Okay, that's probably the best translation for it. The period of time when you just arrive.
Yeah.
不要
不要.
Or don't do something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 剧烈.
剧烈.
So this is something that's really strong or really acute.
Yes.
And then 运动.
运
That's
动.
exercise.
Exercise. Actually, 剧烈运动, you can also understand it as a set phrase. We use it to say drastic exercises, really intense exercises.
Okay.
So, 不要剧烈运动。第一天.
第一天.
First day.
First day. And then 不要 again is don't do. And then 洗澡. This is like take a bath?
It can be take a bath or take a shower as long as you're washing your body, not only your face, you're 洗澡.
Okay, don't take a shower. So 不要洗澡, so don't shower.
Don't shower.
预防感冒.
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 Yeah.
So this one is like to prevent a I guess a fever or sickness, right?
Yes.
感冒 is like a cold, right?
A cold. So 预防 is to prevent something from happening, and 感冒 is a fever or a cold. I heard this, that people say in Tibet or in any other high altitude area, it is very dangerous to have a cold, especially if you're not a local, if you're visiting. It's really dangerous to get a cold because the cold can easily change to a pulmonary edema, which can be fatal. So please do not take a bath.
Oh, so this sickness is not all in your head then. You can actually die from going...
But it's a possibility. If you're not getting a cold, you don't have it, you can recover. It's a reaction. I don't know why I'm defending the Chinese term here, but...
Oh, man.
Yeah. Okay. 预防感冒。如果
That's if, right? 觉得.
觉得
Isn't that like think?
It can be think, but it can also be feel.
Feel.
So
okay.
不舒服
感觉, right?
感觉
That's feel.
That's feel. And
觉得
不舒服
不舒服. Ooh, that's uncomfortable. Or
uncomfortable,
right?
yes. So 觉得不舒服 is actually feeling uncomfortable.
Okay.
感觉 or 觉得 both fine.
不舒服 and then 一定.
一定
Again, this is like definitely
or must.
or must.
Definitely must, and just you really should. You must. That
Okay.
kind of feeling. 要
Yao is like do or
do
want,
should.
right? Yuan di.
原地
This is like the location where you're at, right?
Yes, the location where you're at. 原地 yuan carries the meaning of original, same, and 地 is a place. So 原地, like you said, the location where you're at. 休息
休息, I think that's rest.
Rest, 休息 Yes, so this sentence is actually saying you should take a rest where you are. Don't move, don't try to find a, I don't know, hotel or hospital. If you're feeling not okay, don't walk anymore, don't move anymore. Just, I don't know, sit down, lie down.
Just collapse.
Just collapse. It's a really wrong way. Yeah.
Let the ambulance come and take you to the hospital.
But I think the idea is pretty plain. It's saying move slowly, don't rush yourself. If you're feeling not okay, just stand still.
Moral
Stay
is don't get sick
there.
in Tibet, otherwise.
Don't get sick. Well, of course, it's not that serious, but we should always take it seriously. So if anything ever happened, you know how to deal with it.
Well, you just got to stay still and hope it doesn't progress, right?
It won't progress if you're stay still. Okay, any questions about the language part of the conversation? Let's talk about the content a little bit later.
All right, let's do it.
我刚从西藏回来，那里真是人间仙境，太美了。
我也想去，需要准备什么吗？
西藏海拔很高，所以有可能有高原反应。刚去的时候不要剧烈运动。第一天不要洗澡，预防感冒。如果觉得不舒服，一定要原地休息。You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Honglin, and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts by email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. You can also interact with me directly through my personal Facebook page, Niu Niu Chinese. That's NIU space Chinese. Coming up next, let's learn more about high altitude sickness and how to deal with it, or how to prevent it from happening. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Hongling, joined by Tony. So Tony, you said something about you would feel or face more difficulties in high altitude places.
Yeah.
What gave you that information? What, let's say,
Where did that come from?
where did it come from?
The fact that my body requires more oxygen because I work out a lot. So going somewhere where oxygen is drastically reduced, it's going to cause me a lot of pain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
In Chinese, we say 空气稀薄.
空气稀薄.
It's literally thin air.
Uh-huh.
空气稀薄 thin air.
空气稀薄.
Yeah.
And I've experienced this before.
Oh, really?
When I
Where?
was with a friend, we hiked this mountain called Mount St. Helens
Okay.
in Washington. It's famous for erupting and a lot of
Famous for
towns
erupting, huh?
and destroy the towns and people and
Ooh.
everything. But anyway, I hiked to the top of that, and when I got to the top where I could see it, but I felt like I was going up, but I wasn't going anywhere. And I just got so tired. Like I would take 10 steps and I felt like I had to rest. And I saw these little kids just buzzing by me, and it was driving me crazy, because I was like, why are these kids able to get up this mountain and I can't? So it was just, not having a lot of air. It was just really, it was really tough on my body.
You mentioned the kids. Actually, I think it was because the kids were not as strong as you are. They didn't have as much percentage of muscle in their body weight, so that actually they require a little less oxygen. So for them, it's not as hard. But
Man,
for
it was
strong, musculate men,
it was bewildering just
It
watching
will
those
be
kids
a little bit hard,
running
yeah.
up that mountain, and I was like, are you kidding me? I felt like I was being punished.
Aw, now you know it's not you, it's nature or biology against you. So we say 氧气 or 空气稀薄. 空气稀薄, 空气 is air, so thin air. 空气稀薄.
空气稀薄.
And the thing about high altitude sickness is that if you're not experiencing it the way Tony did, if you're actually landing to a high altitude place, let's say plateau or something, from a rather low altitude location, you will feel the drastic change of the level of oxygen in air, and your body originally, people say it's possible that the first 2 days you feel like, I'm fine, I don't feel anything, and then your body started to react. And that is also very dangerous, because you feel like, I conquered Tibet. The Tibet Autonomous Region, very beautiful. I don't feel anything. High altitude sickness all in my head. That's not true. It's just they're lurking in the corner, ready to get you.
Yeah, I guess everybody's body reacts differently, and it would be interesting. I'm not sure how my body would react, but if I do make it out there, I'd like to have a tank of oxygen by my side.
Ooh, 氧气瓶.
At all times. What is it? 氧气瓶?
氧气瓶. 瓶 is a bottle. So literally, 氧气瓶 would be an oxygen bottle. 氧气瓶. And there are different kinds of 氧气瓶. Yes, you can get them. But remember, you cannot really bring a oxygen tank onto the plane. So if you're flying there, you can get some delivered.
Of course.
And also, perhaps you can get some there. Buy them from local stores.
As soon as you arrive. Where's my
You're
oxygen
panicking.
tank?
Don't panic.
Get a miniature one and put it in my backpack, and then I can just keep it with me at all times.
You know, the cool things nowadays is that if you are traveling to Tibet by train, most trains entering Tibet provide 弥散式供氧.
弥散式
供氧. That is the kind of oxygen supply that they would directly infuse the oxygen into the carriage, so that you don't really have a oxygen mask or a oxygen tube in your nose, but you are enjoying the same level of oxygen in the train, the same from, let's say, Beijing that you're traveling from. So that's pretty cool as well.
Oh yeah.
So 供氧
Being able to breathe is a beautiful thing.
supply. But you know, I think what's magical is that after a while your body adjusts to that oxygen level, as long as you're not performing any drastic movement, drastic exercise for sure, but your body gradually adjusts to it. I was told that after at most a week you will feel fine. But it's good to, you know, prevent the uncomfortableness happening in advance.
Well, yeah, knowing is half the battle. So if you know that this is going to be an issue, then you make sure you oxygen up.
Or also you can book some high-end hotels. They provide oxygen as well.
High-end hotel. Now you're talking. That's more my speed.
Right?
Yeah.
Go to a hotel room when they actually secretly vent out some oxygen to your room. Sounds a little bit strange and creepy, but it actually helps a lot.
I would imagine so.
Yes. And on top of probable deficiency of oxygen, you might also experience some really strong sunlight that is not only going to give you a really strong tan, but also going to hurt your skin a little bit. So we say 防晒在高原地区也很重要.
That's a little bit long for me to recite.
Yeah, so it's actually saying sunblocking is something very important in high altitude areas in plateaus.
I don't know. I got a lot of melanin, so I'm not too worried about it. I might just get a little darker, but I'm okay with that.
You might get a little darker and you will look good, but with that level of sunlight, it's just too strong. It's giving you skin cancer.
I'm not going to turn into a lobster like you guys.
Lobster. That is just not pretty. I do not want to think about it. I'm just saying 防晒很重要. Sunblocking very important.
How do you say sunblock again?
防晒.
防晒.
Remember 预防?
我不需要防晒.
预防 is prevent.
Uh-huh.
So 防晒 is prevent or block the sun. 晒 is the sun shining verb. So 防晒 prevent or sunblock.
Okay.
So you're not only bringing sunblock, and you also bring sunglasses. So that your eyes are not hurt. So yeah, a lot of things to prepare if you're traveling, for example, to Tibet. Hopefully one day all of our dear listeners of Takeaway Chinese would have the opportunity to appreciate the beauty of Tibet, because even though we say you might have this, you might experience that, it's not going to be comfortable, yet a lot of people rush there every year because it is truly 人间仙境. It's just so beautiful.
人间仙境.
Yes. High altitude sickness, something real, something that you might experience, but something you can also prevent.
Just be prepared. That's all you can do.
Oh yeah, be prepared.